All right, Snitch and Mason here for Guy Wave. We just watched the Leafs game.
Pain.
Yeah, very disappointing. Snitch knows way more about hockey than me. Give us your thoughts.
I know I'm probably mad right now about what happened, but still, I swear to God, that was like the worst I've ever seen a team play in the playoffs.
That
In
was
a
the
playoff
exact
game.
same score as Game 5, right?
Yeah, which is crazy. Why couldn't they just lose the last game so we don't have to have the hope, you know?
They dragged us on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do that every year too. We haven't won a game 7 since 2002, I think, which is crazy. And what's worse is the hockey player Brad Marchand is 5-0 against us in a game 7 specifically.
He was nuts. Yeah. That was a vicious game. And like I was saying to you, it felt like the whole game was on the Leafs half of the rink. They could not get past that.
Yeah, they had no energy. Like, it really felt like at least the star players are just not trying, like, straight up. They're just like giving up.
Are they not the most paid team in the league?
They are. Technically they're just, all the players are just as paid as anyone else, but they are the most money-making franchise in the league. Even if they don't make the playoffs, they still make the most money every year. It's so convenient.
I saw jerseys tossed on the ice.
Yeah,
and by the
that.
end of it, at least 40% of the seats seemed cleared.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, people were pissed.
I don't like. I have no problem with people leaving the game. I always hate when people throw shit on the ice, though.
Yeah,
It's stupid. To me, that shows the difference. Like, there's a lot of Leafs fans that are. There's a difference in Leafs fans or hockey. No, there's some Leafs fans that are Leafs fans but not hockey fans. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the kinds of people that throw shit on the ice because they're just there for like the drama.
Unreal.
But yeah, like Florida. Shout out to Florida at the same time because they played really fucking well. Like, I can't really hate on them. They played super well. They won the Stanley Cup last year.
Do you think there's going to be any changes to the Leafs after
Oh,
this?
I hope so. Well, Mitch Marner's contract is up.
Mm-hmm. So he's gone?
And he's like the biggest, like, fuck's the word? Not criminal.
Criminal?
He's the most guilty, of not trying in the playoffs.
Fuck.
Like, this year at least. There's been other years he's been better, but this year it was like painful. He just would float around. I actually specifically would watch him, and there's like plays where everyone's skating hard and he's just like skating with no effort, not even looking when he's making passes. Like, he's a regular season merchant.
Unreal.
and he might make a record contract next year, the highest contract. So
Does he deserve it after this?
probably
shit?
not. No, but
God.
and it won't be with the Leafs because we can't afford that. I hope Marner goes. I hope John Tavares goes. I hope they change a bunch of the players. Honestly, at this point, I hope they just keep Matthews, Nylander, and Nyes. Other than that, they should get rid of everybody.
What do you think of the goalie tonight?
Our goalie, he played fine. I wouldn't blame them at all.
I thought so too. Like he was just getting ganged up on relentlessly. Like, what the hell can you do?
Exactly. And what happens too with goalies when they're like, when the pressure's on a lot, it's really tiring, right? They don't even get a break for like 5 solid minutes straight, unlike every other player on the ice, which gets off about an average of 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
The regular players only 30 seconds at a time. So the poor goalie, when they're getting dominated like that, it's like a solid 5 minutes. Like, their thighs are probably burning and they're running out of energy. Like, I feel bad for the goalie, especially our goalie. Our main goalie got injured, so our second goalie had to like step in out of nowhere and be the guy. So I really feel bad for him.
Did you see the open net goal?
Yeah.
That was like, there was one goal that happened immediately after the puck went down. I was like, I thought that was a replay.
Me too.
I
I
was
had
like,
to
wait,
laugh
what the
at
fuck?
that.
Like, holy shit.
I want to have to laugh at least, even though I'm mad. But
Edmonton is still in the running.
yeah, I guess I'm an Edmonton fan now.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to trade this hat. It's gonna be weird wearing this hat now.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
People are gonna be like, fuck. At least we're not in Florida.
Yeah, true.
I guess,
yeah.
right?
At the end of it feels like this is a yearly tradition, choosing a new team to cheer for
God
every
damn.
time, and it's always Edmonton. Last year it was Edmonton too. Yeah, it was Edmonton versus Florida in the final.
All right. Well, we're gonna be watching Edmonton.
Go Edmonton.
Fuck. Any final thoughts?
They better change some things because it's very clear that they only have a team that wins in the regular season and they get to the playoffs and they just don't care, it seems like.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't understand why they're not going fucking ballistic.
Me neither. Especially when you watch Florida, they played 60 solid minutes of never letting up. Like,
They were going
ball.
brutal. Even that goal that got called off,
Yeah.
where it got kicked in by the skate, I was like, fuck. That was just one guy. Like, most of the team was way behind him,
Yeah, exactly. And, like,
going for it.
and our team just ducks.
It's like some crazy ass.
Literally ducks.
The Ducks laughing at us.
I'm Ducks laughing at
He
us.
flew in from Florida.
Yeah, oh my god. Well, like, literally, like, the Leafs... Oh, like, they got dominated so hard. It's ridiculous. Like, Florida played with energy the entire game, and the Leafs never played with any energy. It's so weird. Like, even as a fan of hockey, I've watched hockey for technically 31 years since I was born, and I don't understand it either. Like, I literally don't understand what happened. No one does. Even the commentators after the game were like,
What do we say? Yeah.
I don't even get it. Literally. They were, right before you came here, they were just like, we genuinely don't understand what's happening, essentially, which is crazy.
Another crazy moment, the ref getting the stick like right to above the eyebrow. I figured it was the forehead because it bleeds
Yeah.
so easy.
I missed that, too. It was the one thing I
It was
missed.
There was blood all over the ice. It was fucking
Really?
nuts.
Oh my God.
It was crazy.
It's going to give us hockey fans PTSD with that one.
And his sacrifice was for nothing. You know, like goddamn.
Yeah, poor ref. Feel
Poor
bad.
ref. Yeah.
Not the worst thing that's been on the ice with blood. Oh my god.
Yeah. Apparently his eye is not injured, so
That's good,
That's
yeah.
pretty like a very good turnout. Yeah.
They always have a backup ref too for that, which is trippy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what else to say. That was, I think everyone had hope because they brought it back in Game 6.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, holy fuck, is this
They
the
played
year?
really good in Game 6. That's why it's so
Yeah.
shocking. Like they didn't play good in the first period at all in Game 6, but the last period for sure, it was all Leafs. It was like Florida just had nothing, and that's why I don't get why we didn't show up for this game.
I always feel like in hockey, just the vibe I get when they're doing well, they kind of get lazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But you can't carry that over just because you won a game.
Yeah, it's overconfidence, which I don't think Florida has, surprisingly. Like, the Leafs have a bit of that overconfidence. They go in thinking, yeah, we're going to win tonight. Whereas Florida, like, goes in and is like, we have to work our ass off to win tonight. That's their mentality kind of thing.
And weren't the Leafs like, we want Florida? We want to face them this year? or
Yeah,
some
that,
shit
literally,
like that?
they were chanting that in the crowd and everything. We want Florida, which we really don't, actually. They won the fucking Stanley Cup last
Yeah.
year. I don't know why anyone would cheer for the best team in the league, but
Fuck.
also, the playoff system is fucking stupid, by the way. Like, it's broken. We shouldn't be versing, even though we would have lost to them in the conference finals, I guess, so it wouldn't have mattered. But still, we shouldn't be versing Florida in the second round. It's literally the two teams who finished, the two best teams in the league, arguably, faced each other in the second round because of the way the playoff system works. And we versed them last year. We've actually versed a Florida team in the second round every time we've made it past.
Craziness. Well, fuck, man. Any last thoughts?
Sometimes I question why I cheer for them. I used to be a Calgary Flames fan. At least they don't have... Well, then again, they're kind of bad right now, too. So they need to make the playoffs. Yeah, my last thoughts... If we don't change anything, this is just going to be the same thing every year. Like, Marner better go. That better be Marner's last game.
Do you have anything to say to Leafs Nation?
Leafs Nation, don't give up, even though I want to give up right now, but...
There's always next year.
Yeah, there's
We'll
always
see.
next year.
God
Plan
damn.
the parade, as they always say. At least I can have an excuse. I wasn't going to trim this beard until we lost. Now I'm going to. It's perfect, too. It's
Oh
just,
my god.
it's just reaching the levels of looking a little
The playoff
greasy.
beard shit.
Yeah, it's got the greasy levels.
All right, Mason and Snitch for Guy Wave. I'm signing out.
Sign me.